My name is Eleanor, and I'm here for the American Red Cross of Ventura County. I'm very proud to tell you about our Are You Ready program. It's designed to help you prepare for disasters that can and may occur in Ventura County. Ventura County has the potential for many, many different kinds of disasters: fires, house and wild, earthquakes, mudslides, flooding, tsunamis. We've even had an occasional hurricane-like episode. As you can see, fires don't always occur in backyards or fields. They can occur in homes, and very pricey homes. We have flooding, disastrous flooding. This is the Ventura River during the Ojai floods of 1969. They can occur. Probably Ventura County's most famous recent disaster was La Conchita. That was a disastrous mudslide out in the beach community between Ventura and Santa Barbara. How can you prepare? You can prepare by taking 3 actions. You can get a kit, or you can build a kit. Red Cross sells kits, but you can buy them at Walmart, CVS, Costco, many, many, many places. Then you need to make a plan. What are you going to do in case of disaster? And you can be informed so you'll survive a disaster better. Get a kit. As I said, you can buy a kit from the Red Cross. The one you see now is a 3-day kit, and it will serve all your needs for 3 days. It can be quite expensive, but if you put aside just a few things on a weekly basis, you can build a substantial kit in no time. You should have a kit for your car, you should have a kit for your workplace, and you should have a kit for home. The kit for the car should be about 3 days worth of supplies. Home, you can go up to 3 months if you like, or longer. That's something for you, only you can decide. But it's an important thing to have is 3 different kits: work, home, and car. What do you need in your kit? The basics: water and food. Remember, it needs to be food that you like to take. You're going to be using it for a long time, and so it needs something that's palatable for you. Water, water, water. That's very important. You can get by on a minimum of 2 quarts a day, but they recommend a gallon a day. That's a pretty liberal use of water, but have as much as you can store, and it can be done in all kinds of containers. But think of it: water for you, your whole family, and your pets. You should have a manual can opener, because if you've got canned goods and they don't have the pull-top tabs, you got to be able to get into them. A first aid kit's important to help take care of those minor wounds that you or your family may get. No candles, absolutely, because we worry about fire igniting a gas leak. You should have flashlights. That can be battery-driven or the crank-driven flashlights. If it's battery-driven, you have to check your batteries from time to time. We recommend that you check them when you check your smoke alarms. That's twice a year, on Labor Day and Memorial Day. You need to have a radio, again, battery-driven or crank. They sell radios that have the ability to be a flashlight, and you can charge your cell phone, and it's all crankable, so you're pretty much self-sustaining. Also to have available are the emergency radio stations. That's KVEN, that's 1450 AM here in Ventura County, KHAY, 100.7 FM in Ventura County, and our Spanish-speaking station, KMLA, 103.7 FM. So those are important radio stations that will give you emergency directions when you need them. You should have some duct tape and plastic sheeting in case you have to shelter in place. Now, why would you have to shelter in place? Well, God forbid we have a radiological incident. The recommendation is do not run, do not contribute to that gridlock. Go to the center of your household and a place that does not have windows and open areas to the outside, and shelter in place. You'll have enough water because you stockpiled it, and enough food to outlast the fallout. If you go outside, that's when it gets dangerous. You should have glow sticks for light. You should have a whistle. You should have tools, a crowbar to pry open that door that may become off-center if there's an earthquake. An instrument to help you turn off your gas. Everyone in your household should know how to turn off the gas. Prescription and non-prescription medications. You can put copies of your prescription medications on a flash drive so that you'll have them available if all that is lost. Also, you can put important documents on the flash drive also, and email them to Aunt Millie in Missouri so that she can have them if you lose your flash drive. But have those available. Clothing and bedding. You're going to need that. A change of clothing, comfortable shoes, and a place to sleep. Very, very important. Sanitary supplies. They just make your life much more pleasant. Hand sanitizer, you can hardly ever have too much of that. A few of your favorite toiletries, recyclable bags, a little bit of bleach. When all else fails, you can use that to purify water. Cash, small denominations. That you only have a $20 bill. You go to the supermarket to get a loaf of bread and they don't have any change. Guess how much it's going to cost you to get that loaf of bread? $20. So you want small denominations. In the event of a large disaster, there will not be any ATMs and the banks may be closed. So have some stockpiled. Contact information and map. Again, call your Aunt Nellie in Missouri or somebody that you trust to gather information for you, and have your family members have that phone number so everybody can call out of the area. When there's a disaster in an area, local phone lines become overwhelmed and you lose contact. But you can very often call out of area. Many times also you can text, but have contact information that you share with your whole family so you'll be able to find out if everybody's safe. Those important papers we talked about, scan them, put them on a flash drive. You can put one in your glove box of your car. You can keep one by your bedside table. You can send that information to good old Aunt Millie. You're going to have her overloaded with information, but it'll be there when you need it. Pet supplies. If you have a pet, you're going to have to take care of them. Don't forget the leash. Usually people remember water and food for their dog or animal, but they won't remember the leash. When animals go through a disaster, they get very, very skittish, and I don't care if it's the sweetest little puppy ever, they might bite. So be sure that you can protect your neighbors from your vicious little Westie. But take care of your favorite animal. This slide tells you to take pictures of your pets. I recommend also that you take pictures of your children and your husband and other people that you may lose track of during a disaster. It very often is helpful in locating people. Take some games, especially if you have small children. Games are a real good time filler. Chances are you might not have all those video games that you've learned to love, and you might have to resort to a deck of cards, and it doesn't take up much room. So then we come to make a plan. Figure out 2 ways how to get out of every room in your house. Sit down with your family and talk about how to get out of the house, what 2 ways you're going to go. Many people hesitate to do this because they're afraid that they will frighten their children. You won't frighten your children. Children like to know that there is a plan. They like to know that mom and dad have thought about this and are ready to take care of them. Your plan should include an outside meeting place across the street on the corner. Everybody knows how to get out of the house. They know 2 ways how to get out of the house. They should get out of the house and go to that meeting place across the street. Young children should be taught to touch their closed bedroom door, and yes, their bedroom door should be closed. And if it's hot or warm, they don't open it. They find another way out of that room. Again, that out-of-town contact can be ever important. Remember to have everybody in the family know who that contact is. Make sure everybody knows how to get out of the house and that you know more than one way to get out of town. Have a plan for your pets and be prepared for different disasters. On the earthquakes, consider what you will do if you're at home, or if you're at work, or if you're at school, or if you're at the mall. Look for safe places in each room of your house where you can go if it starts shaking. The plan is to drop, cover, and hold on. If you have a desk, you drop, go under the desk, and hold on. If you have a table, you drop, go under the table, and hold on. It is not stand in a doorway. A lot of people stood in a doorway and held onto the frame, and a lot of people lost fingers when the door swung shut. Do not do that. Drop, cover, and hold on. Look for safe places outdoors, away from buildings, away from trees, anything that can fall. Know when and how to turn off the gas, electricity, and water. Include a plan for reuniting or communicating with your family after an earthquake. And make sure everybody in the family and friends know what your earthquake communication plan is. So, drop cover and hold on. Again, if you're indoors, take cover under a heavy piece of furniture, cover your head and hold on. If you're outdoors, move into the open. Stay there until the shaking stops, and then you can check on what's happening indoors. Fires. To make a plan, you need to check those smoke alarms and test them regularly. We recommend twice a year. Batteries go dead, make sure they're good on your smoke alarm. Make sure you have a floor plan and everybody knows 2 ways to get out of each room. If you have a 2-story house, consider escape ladders for the 2nd floor. And if you do have security bars, please have quick release devices from the inside to get out. Again, designate a meeting place once everybody gets out. In your make a plan, you need to learn. You need to learn first aid. One of the 3 words in first aid are check, call, and care. Before taking emergency action steps, you check the area to make sure it's safe for you to go in. You're not doing anybody any favors if you rush into an unsafe area to save somebody and then you're the victim also. Call 911 or yell for help. Notify somebody to get help, to help the injured person. Once you've done those 2 things, then you can give care to an injured person. Learn more by signing up for health and safety training. That's first aid, CPR, and AED. You can call the number on this slide or visit our website for the time and places of classes. Practice. You need to practice twice a year on a drill with all your family members. It's good to practice at night or blindfolded. Make sure that the family knows what to do on a regular basis. Be informed. You can go to these websites. The top one is our local Ventura website. The bottom one is the national website for more information on how to be informed about how to be ready for a disaster. Remember, get a kit, make a plan, be informed. Thank you, and be prepared.